Welcome into Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano here in San Pedro Sula, Honduras, for the home match for a team on the left, CD Marathon, hosting the Portland Timbers. In the first match of this round of 16 here, the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. The first game to kick it off, and this is going to be a good one. For Marathon, they are in the middle of their season. They're looking to right what is kind of going wrong in their league play, and for the Portland Timbers, this is the start of a brand new year, have yet to start their MLS season. Can they get it off to a quick start here? Just finishing their preseason with a win here away in Honduras. Tonight's match in Honduras will be led by a Mexican officiating crew. Cesar Ramos will be in the center. The 37-year-old has had his fair share of CONCACAF Champions League games and also was the only Mexican center official to work that 2018 World Cup over in Russia. For CD Marathon, they come in, and the player with the most experience this year for them, Denovan Torres, will be captaining their squad, securing them in goal. And Kervin Arriaga comes back after just playing for Honduras in the Olympic qualification for the under-23s, where his team qualified for the Tokyo Olympics this summer. Marathon in the green kits on the left, and then Portland here in the white there on the lower screen. This is how they're going to line up. Steve Clark will be in goal. Their newcomers, Jose Carlos Van Renkenen and Claudio Bravo, get the start. Eric Williamson and Diego Chara will really hold down the midfield for them, but then Diego Valeri captaining the squad, one of the most explosive players in Major League Soccer. And this is what the substitutions look like for both sides. 5 substitutions still allowed here in the CONCACAF Champions League. We are almost set for kickoff here. It's a beautiful venue in Honduras. Let's get a good look at Cesar Ramos. Been refereeing in Liga MX mostly back since 2011, so a lot of experience for him. But these two teams will kick off this stage of Champions League for 2021. The round of 16. Between Marathon and Portland Timbers. Underway here in Honduras. I'm Jordan Angeli. Thanks so much for joining us for the first match here. Portland Timbers are going from left to right, wearing the all-white kits, and CD Marathon in the green kits, going from right to left. Here's Eric Williamson. Finds a little slip ball already. Felipe Mora in the box. And Jimmy Chara can't do much with that one. A good initial look there from Portland on the front foot, eager and ready to go. Donovan Torres, the captain, as I mentioned earlier. So just look at this nice little slip ball. Splits the two center backs. Unsuccessful back heel there by Mora, but good look from Portland right off the jump. Arriaga pressures Dairon Asprilla on the far side. Portland comes away with it. It's Williamson again looking for a through ball. Matias Teixeira just lets it run through to his goalkeeper. Torres, 31-year-old. Played in 27 games for Marathon this year. So one of the most experienced players for them this season. So that's a foul right away by Jose Carlos Van Rankin. The new acquisition for the Timbers over the winter, and a challenge in the box between Brian Castillo and Dario Zuparic. You see a big chunk of turf get pulled up there. Steve Clark will be minding the net for the Timbers. A lot of experience in Major League Soccer for Clark, as you get a good look at the head coach for Marathon, Hector Vargas, Argentinian native. Far side. Williamson picks up the scraps, and now on the run is Portland. Can't find that last connection. The ball will find Souzo's foot, and he just gives it right back away. Mora in the box. Pressure on his back. He finds a slip ball. It's Chara. Blocked last minute. What a save there by Torres. Yimi Chara slipping in. Just a good late run from him, following the play, seeing if he can pick anything up. And him and Felipe Mora seem to be connecting well early on in this match. First corner kick. Torres organizes his box, gets everyone set. Valeri sends it to the far post. Arriaga flicks it, not away. Still in a dangerous spot here for Marathon to try to get out of. Chara in the corner. Restarts it. Now it's Asprilla. Eric Williamson has runners at the far post. Picks it back up. It's Williamson. Slid away. And here comes some speed of Edwin Solano. Castillo can't quite keep that one under control. It's going to be a throw-in for Portland. Mabiala there, the French native, cleans up the turf a little bit and gets play back underway. Here goes Mora again in space. Connects with Valeri. It gets flicked. What a good little interception there by Carlos Garcia. And he needed it because Diego Valeri found himself in a really good pocket of space here, top of the box. And he is deadly from that spot. Portland with their second corner here. Valeri goes to the far side. It's lifted high. Chara takes it down so nicely. Asprilla gets blocked by Arriaga. Cesar Ramos is going to stop the play. Asprilla and Arriaga. Helping him out there. Now Honduras it's been a little rainy there over the last few days, so you've already seen a couple of times the turf come up during some of the bigger cuts by the players. We'll see how that plays out through the rest of this game, because it could be a factor as Valeri chases this one down, and it's a good job by Teixeira to head it back to his goalkeeper. Rabiala wins the first header. Asprilla can't quite get on the end of it. Marathon will take possession. Now, Marathon are in the middle of the second half of their season, the Clausura in Liga Nacional in Honduras. Had a great start to the year in the Apertura. They won, were the best team then. But in the second half of this season, they are currently in the 5th spot in their group, the last in the group play. It's been a tough go for them as Jimmy Chara sends this one across. Well defended initially, but Marathon keeps giving up the second opportunities to Portland, and you just have a feeling that those second opportunities might cost them, as Portland has been on the front foot here. Looking like the fresher of the two teams, as Marathon just played over the weekend. So you look at Williamson just going up the back of opposing player. Marathon just played on the 4th, so just 3 days ago, they're playing in their league play, got their first win in 5 games. It was a much needed win, said head coach Hector Vargas, and he's just hoping that they can use some of that momentum as they head into this game here against the Portland Timbers, who have yet to play this season. Major League Soccer is set to start their season the weekend of April 16th, so not just a couple weekends away. Arriaga switches it with the outside of his right boot. Luis Vega, back to Arriaga.
Backside, Dario. Dario, backside.
Vega. That cross by Solano. Can't find the target, but Arriaga at least keeps it alive for a second. Portland is one of the best teams in Major League Soccer on the counterattack, so you could see them just spring players forward. It was Mora and Asprilla getting forward as quickly as they could, knowing that Diego Valeri can put a pass pretty much anywhere on the pitch. Here's Felipe Mora. Now Jimmy Chara on the near side. Plays to his older brother Diego Chara. Those two started playing together last season in Portland. Castillo holds it up, but it's given back away. Valeri has the run of Chara. Jimmy Chara gets it again, nice combination. Defended, oh, what a toe poke. Valeri tried to sneak that one in the near post, and he nearly did it. Valeri initiated this whole play, and then he finds himself in the near post, just in front of Torres. And that nearly found its way on a postage stamp into the upper corner. The Argentinian will go to the far side and take the third corner here for Portland, and it'll go straight into the hands of Torres. Marathon tries to quick start here. This field is really stretched. The space between the center backs for Portland and their forwards is about 60 yards right now. Claudio Bravo, I don't think he got called for the foul. I think it was the foul above that, but the 24-year-old Bravo transferred from Banfield this season. This was his first appearance officially with the Portland Timbers, and they're high on him. This left back could be one of the best in Major League Soccer, they think. Comes in with a lot of experience in Argentina. Solano wanted the foul, and he's going to get it in the end from Ramos. Here's another look at this little Diego Valeri toe poke. Sometimes you just have to be opportunistic, and he is one of those players who knows how to just read the game, feel the game, be in the right space. He nearly nicked one in there. Big tackle. Izaguirre in the center of the field. One of their stalwarts for Marathon. For Portland and their head coach, Giovanni Savarese, he's been very forward about how this tournament, the Champions League, is an important one to them, how they want to be the first Major League Soccer club to win the title. There's been a few Major League Soccer clubs that have gotten close, haven't been able to find a victory in the final game. This Portland squad, with the additions that they've had, I talked about Claudio Bravo, Jose Carlos Van Renken, two key defensive players for them coming in over the offseason. They might have the depth to be able to push for a longer run here. That ball out of the reach of Kevin Hoyos for Marathon. We'll restart here. Portland going the other way. Valeri to Chara. We're gonna hear that a few times tonight. Back to Valeri. You can see the field already chopping up. Van Renken, now Esprilla. Valeri doesn't like the call. I think he got called for offside here. He did. It's a good call. "15 minutes in, and it's pretty much the game you expected between these two sides. It's a big game. The round of 16 here in Champions League, both teams in a place where they want to, we've got something to prove. For Portland, they want to start off on a good foot. For Marathon, they're looking to right the ship a little bit. Not having the best of luck in Liga Nacional. Only 2 wins since the start of 2021. So there's a little bit of nerviness. Both teams trying to play it out. Seems to be settling in a little bit more. Dimichara. Valeri. Defended well by Tichara. Tichara with some good work there, the center back from Uruguay. It's his first year with Marathon. So you get a good look at Giovanni Savarese. His 4th season in charge in Portland after years as the sporting director and the head coach at New York Cosmos. He's done a good job with this Portland squad, and the culture that continues to flourish there at Providence Park and with the Timbers is something that a lot of players want to be a part of. Mabiala. Now Williamson. Valeri can't connect, and there might be a chance here now. Arriaga has space in front of him. He's going to choose to just let his team catch up to him. Dimichara comes back. Van Rankin goes up a little bit higher here on the left side, number 2 for Portland. Be interesting to see how that connection flourishes or starts to work. Williamson gets the worst of that one. Good little move on the far side. Here comes Marathon. Arriaga lifts it up. It's Hoyos. Gets a flick, but it's not enough. Portland trying to go right away. They're not letting Marathon rest at all. Good look at the defensive structure here of Marathon as Mora picks it up at the top of the box. Diego Valeri can't get it to come back down in time. Valeri has so much freedom in how he gets around as we see that opportunity by Hoyos on the far side. And it was seconds later, really, that Portland was attacking the opposite end, trying to get something on goal for themselves. Portland qualified for Concacaf Champions League through winning the MLS is Back tournament last year. With COVID and everything that happened, Major League Soccer kicked off their season in a bubble in Orlando, Florida, in the middle of July. Portland were the winners of that, therefore got the automatic bid here into CONCACAF Champions League. Their last appearance was in that 16-17 season. It's an overhead kick. Castillo wanted to get a corner kick, and I think he is going to get one. Castillo, just his 4th start here this year. Ooh, yep, right off the heel of Mabiala. I think Castillo meant to not hit it. We're gonna go with that. Sent all the way to the far side. Arriaga's there, but he can't figure out a way to get it back across the face of goal. Kervin Arriaga was a key player for Honduras in that Olympic qualifying just a little over a week ago. Played in the majority of their games, but he missed the semifinal with yellow card accumulation, and when he got that second yellow card, could see the distress on his face, how much it meant to him. I've already seen some of the skill that he can bring to his team. He's been a key player for Marathon already, just linking up the lines. Solano. Van Rankin gets the best of Solano on that one, and there's no call. Portland ends up clearing the space. Felipe Mora, that's one of his big tasks, is to hold the ball up. As Valeri might have seen something down the pitch, thinking that he could get something on frame, but it's nowhere close. Here's the aforementioned Arriaga. Goes long. You can see the ball just slow up with the heavy, wet grass. It's not moving as fast as maybe it normally would, as Arriaga has a big tackle. He will shoot it from distance, doesn't get a chance there as he gets fouled before he shoots. Gets taken out by Eric Williamson. Steve Clark, Michigan native, his 4th year with Portland. It's a good opportunity here. Arriaga with 5 goals on the season. He leads anyone with that stat that's on the pitch currently for Marathon. Number 33 stands with the right foot option. Also a left foot option on the other side. Emilio Izaguirre. Arriaga off the wall. That's going to be a stoppage of play there as Cesar Ramos evaluates Valeri. Arriaga comes over and checks to make sure he's all right. Valeri taking it off the side of the head. That third view was definitely the best one by the sound of it. Don't want to be that player in the wall. Never the fun task. But he did his job there. Mabiala, contact outside of the box. He ends up winning it. Looking for an option. Always wanting to stretch. Mora picks up the scraps. Asprilla in space. Tyron Asprilla pulls it wide. His numbers, looks like he has his numbers in the side of his hair. Asprilla wanted to call his number on this goal here. Good first touches. Gets himself a little bit of space, but wrong surface to try to tuck it in the far post from that type of angle. It's a hard finish from the Colombian there. Only 3 appearances for Asprilla in the 2020 season. Gets the start today. Zuprich connects. Bravo goes long. Mora just is gonna get there. You can see the ball slowing down again. A lot of rain over the last few days in Honduras. As we're at the Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano. The grass has been coming up a little bit. The ball has been slow to roll. Williamson on the far side, goes past him. Asprilla finds Williamson. Oh my goodness, what a save! Wow. That would have been one of the best goals we probably would see all tournament. Eric Williamson looking around, finding space, knowing that he has a player coming on him, sombrero and a volley. That's an excellent save by Torres in the end. Just a reaction. What a brilliant save. Fourth corner kick now for Portland. They go short with this one. Valeri goes over everybody's head. And Arriaga takes it nicely off his chest. Arriaga's good on the dribble. Reads space well and also knows when to earn a foul. Miss pass there, and Marathon gives it back away to Portland. Diego Charo, haven't called his name very often. He really sits in and does all the dirty work for Portland. It's been such a stretched game. There hasn't been a lot to do in that area. Possession slightly favoring Portland right now. Dimichara. Valeri, ooh, gets tripped up. Izaguirre gets on the end of it, and we're gonna play on. Ramos is letting a lot of things go. That's gonna run through to Clark. For Marathon, this is the first time they've been back Champions League just since 2019. So they had a year off, and now they're back in the mix. They want to play-in match the Concacaf League play to get them in this mix against Forge FC, a Canadian squad, 1-0. Again, they're in the middle of their season. Had a game over the weekend, will play again on the 10th. Trying to ride the win that they had over the weekend. Gain some momentum as league play for Marathon is not going as they would hope. Asprilla has space. Chara plays Van Rankin. Arriaga loves to use the outside of his foot. Brings in Solano. This is where I'm talking about. The game is so stretched. The center backs nearly on their 18. You can't even see where the forwards are for Portland because there's so much space in the middle. There's a lot of dribbling. Slowing the pace of the game down a little bit. 30 minutes into this, nothing, 0-0 here in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. Home match for Marathon against the Portland Timbers. was in the 80s at kickoff. Good touch here by Luis Vega. But Williamson scoops it up. Valeri looking for pockets. You see all the space, how stretched the game is? Portland trying to pull the back line of Marathon a little bit out because they like to play in behind. Valeri can't quite connect with Asprilla. Williamson over the head of Valeri. And so far, I think it's a good tactic here by Marathon to keep their back line really deep. Because they've watched footage on Portland, and Portland, as we see, the beautiful skill of Williamson and the save by Torres just a few minutes ago. And hits it off the side of his boot, trying to give it a little extra spin away from the goalkeeper. Portland is a team who wants to play on the counter. They want to fast break you, so they enjoy the space in behind the back line. But through the first 33 minutes, Marathon not giving them that space. Whenever the ball transitions, they're dropping so deep, leaving the space in between the lines centrally, but making Portland have to break them down in a different way. Spot on so far by the Honduran squad. It gets deflected. Ends up in the end being an easy one for Clark. Steve Clark has played in a variety of different clubs in Major League Soccer. 3 years with the Columbus Crew, a year and a half with DC United. But has made a good living for himself in MLS. Over 150 starts for him. It's really proven to be a solid goalkeeper, especially in his last few years with Portland. Zuprich. Just no pressure on the ball. See how Marathon is just dropping off. Here comes Chara. Now Valeri has more at the back post, headed away by Garcia. Garcia, one of those players who benefited from players leaving for the men's Olympic qualifiers. He started 4 of the last 6 games, 3 of them in that Olympic qualifying window. Van Rankin. That's the right back centrally trying to make something happen for Portland. He picks it up again. Van Rankin finds a cross to Mora. That one doesn't get saved. Felipe Mora puts the Timbers up 1-0 in the 35th minute. Let's give credit where credit is due. Jose Carlos Van Rankin, new defender, he hugs the man who makes the goal. That's the outside right back on the left side assisting this goal. Mora takes it nicely, and the time between his first touch and his second is quick. He knows he's not gonna have a lot of time. He leans away from it, finds the half volley, slides it into the far post. Too much on it for Torres to keep it out, and Giovanni Savarese celebrating on the sideline as his squad is up 1-0. An important away goal for Portland here in Honduras. Jimmy Chara gets pulled down by Solano there. She gets a little talking to by Cesar Ramos. And it'll be interesting to see what Marathon does now. Down a goal at home. In a bit of a slump as far as their play goes in league. We're hoping that the win over the weekend will give them an extra boost. They're gonna need it. About 55 minutes to figure out how to get an equalizer. They come right back down. That one goes all the way over everyone's head and out the byline for a Timbers goal kick. Arriaga beats Valeri to the ball, and he's trying to get something kick-started for his squad. Hoyos. Sauzo on the far side. Haven't seen much of him going forward. One of the key defensive players, though, for this Marathon team. Vega. Mabiala greets that pass. Can't connect with Williamson, and Portland will sit back in. Portland fine with Marathon having the ball back here. It's that pass that they're trying to deny. It's a really good build up here. Shot cross comes in, and that's the equalizer. Castillo punches it home, 1-1 within minutes. Marathon gets the equalizer. Marathon was trying to figure out a way, and it was that slip pass there in behind, and that outside of the foot, bending ball to bring in Edwin Solano. And then you can't play a better pass than that. He gets past his defender. Just preaching about Van Rankin on the far end, and he ends up getting beat to the end line so Solano can get the cross off, and Hector Vargas knows how big that is. The reaction from his squad, just 4 minutes after they give away a goal to Portland, they come and equalize. Could be crucial going into halftime. Chara finds Asprilla. Mora coming all the way back. No one's following him. They're fine with him connecting there, letting the midfield take responsibility for those attacking movements from the center forward, Felipe Mora. Asprilla gets to it, tries to go around his defender, can't connect. That's gonna be a restart for Marathon on the far side. 1-1. All the goal scoring coming within the last 6 minutes. 35th minute, Felipe Mora and his counterpart, Castillo, in the 39th. Mabiala is going to get called for that one. As Kevin Hoyos gets the worst of it. Hoyos, a Fountain Valley, California native. He's played every game in March, leading straight into these early April games in this Champions League game here. Bravo gets it back, connects again with Valeri. It's Mora, and it just rolls out of bounds. It's a little taste, though, of new outside back Claudio Bravo getting forward. It's just the wrong spin on it, and Mora takes too long. He almost needed to take it off the half bounce there, put it back across. Even I think he was waiting for attackers to get into the mix, give him an option. Van Rankin misses that. Williamson is there to clean it up. Great tackle by Eric Williamson. Williamson, a great 2020 for Portland Timbers. Career high 3 goals for him, 5 assists. But it was really about the amount of games he started and the amount of production he could have centrally for the Timbers alongside Diego Chara, who's been there since 2011. Williamson has come in and become a really good counterpart to Chara, as you see them on the left side of your screen. Solano in the box again. Hoyos. Hoyos doing the most there. Falling away that side volley. Steve Clark comes up big, and now the Timbers are off the other way. Mora. Back to Chara. Valeri's trying to find it. See him running through the central channel now. Williamson to Yemi Chara. Mora wants the back heel. It's the second time tonight that it hasn't quite worked out for him. Delayed call there by Cesar Ramos. Initially, it looked like a good tackle. Solano wouldn't think the same. Yeah, I think that didn't look bad there from that second replay either. Here's that look by Hoyos. Watch him just lean away, create a little separation between him and Van Rankin. This game has been very open from the get-go. Both teams really stretched. The goal for Marathon in the 39th minute came from them really utilizing the space in between the lines from Portland. For Portland, they've had the majority of the possession, but their 35th minute goal by Felipe Mora was matched just minutes later by Castillo. It's 1-1 between the Timbers and Marathon. We'll be back at halftime with highlights and stats just after this. Welcome to Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League, round of 16 marathon, Portland Timbers, and 35th minute where it all changed, and it was a lot to do with Felipe Mora. He came in, him and Yimi Chara for the Timbers, connecting a lot down the right side in the first half. But defensively, Marathon did a good job of making it difficult for the Timbers. They really denied a lot of the space in behind, which Portland likes to utilize. They kept them in front of them, and with that, there was a couple of brilliant plays like this one from Eric Williamson that got saved off the line by Torres. Watch the skill here from Williamson. He noticed a defender coming, tips it up over his head, and then outside of his boot tries to bring it around Torres. His head coach, Giovanni Savarese, likes that. And then this is the 35th minute. It's the newcomer, Jose Carlos Van Renken, on the far side, who ends up finding Felipe Mora, who'd been active all in the first 30 minutes of the game, finding opportunities, just couldn't quite get the back of the net, and puts enough power on that one to squeak it by Torres. But I love the technique on that. He just falls away a little bit. He cheers, his coaches cheer on the sideline. A big away goal for Portland. And then minutes later, it's a great reaction and response from Marathon. Solano finds Castillo. It's one of the easiest goals Castillo is gonna have. Watch him, just a little stutter step in the center of the box, waits for the ball to come, reacts to it, pings it home. Big reaction from his squad as they know that this is an important equalizer going into halftime. They almost had a second as Kevin Hoyos, just a couple of seconds later, really gets a side volley saved by Steve Clark and ends up 1-1 at halftime in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. Good look at Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano. The possession slightly in favor of Marathon, but Portland Timbers getting chances off the corners. It's not just that, the second opportunities that they're getting, that Marathon is giving them inside the box, that's something to look to in the second half. There's 2 more games tonight in the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Here's a look at what's ahead. Welcome back to the second half here at Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. It's 1-1 between the host Marathon and the visitors, the Portland Timbers. As we get set for the second half, I'm Jordan Angeli. Thanks for joining us for the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League round of 16. It's the first game of all these games on tap for the week. We're going to see a couple of substitutes for Marathon. It's going to be Christian Cali coming in. He replaces Kevin Hoyos. And Wilmer Cristiano comes in as well for Marathon. So we're underway here in the second half. Diego Valeri makes himself known right away. Both goals coming later on in the half. 35th minute for Portland, 39th minute for Marathon. Chimichara finds Mora, looks to connect back with him, can't find that connection. Now it's the far side. Solano has 1 assist on the day. Thinks he gets tripped up then. But Cesar Ramos says no call. Won by Asprilla. Picks up the second ball and Williamson gets fouled. See the players starting the second 45, rolling across your screen. It was Brian Castillo with the goal for Marathon. For Portland, they don't make any subs at halftime. You would imagine with the Timbers, they are getting set to start their season. This is their first game of the 2021 year. So I would anticipate Giovanni Savarese and his coaching staff are trying to get fitness up to par for the majority of his team, and they maybe aren't going to have everybody play as many minutes as they would in a Major League Soccer game, but they're still working on fitness, and this is where they're going to acquire some of that last bit of game fitness before their league starts. Their first game, April 18th against Vancouver. Arriaga gets a foul called in his favor. As Asprilla just goes straight into his body and Arriaga draws the foul. He's gonna stand over it again with Izaguirre. Plays quick. A no-look pass. Calix. Williamson gets the ball away, enough to find Valeri. Williamson is still on the ground. A couple of tough challenges there by Meriton. Izaguirre gets a talking to by Cesar Ramos. Here's the first foul on Williamson. It's that trail leg that gets a little bit too much from Izaguirre. Valeri faces up. Good combo here. The 3 central players for Portland. Van Rankin turns it outside. Good on the dribble. He's on a year loan with the option for a permanent transfer from Chivas. Mora, it's double teamed. Valeri tries to sneak in the back door, can't pick it up before Arriaga. You're gonna see, if you're just joining us through the second half, the turf is coming up. It's been raining quite a bit in Honduras. It's in the low 80s at kickoff, but just the saturation of water on the field is causing the turf to come up. So when players try to cut hard, sometimes they're going down with the turf. As you see right there, Esprilla picks the ball up though from distance, and that's gonna go well over the bar. Aaron Esprilla, the Colombia native there. You can see the slip as the turf chunked up, and then he just found himself in some space. Wanted to give it his best go, but it's not anywhere close to the frame. Donovan Torres, 31-year-old goalkeeper, has had a couple of crucial saves in the first half, one of them being off of just a spectacular play by Eric Williamson. Zuprich does enough to get that one off of Castillo, the goal scorer for Meriton. Calix gets pulled down by Williamson, and the 21-year-old is not happy with that. He talks to Ramos about it. It's 1 goal on the season for Calix. Played a little bit in the USL with Real Monarchs. The USL is the 2nd league in the United States. It's part of the Monarch squad in 2019 that won the USL Championship, had a goal for them that season. This ball gets restarted, far post, saved by Clark. And the second rebound, there was no one else there but Steve Clark, and he made the double save to keep it even here in the 54th. Meriton goes short. It's the substitute, Cristano. There's a good look, that first initial save, and then Clark jumped up quickly. This ball goes straight into Clark's hands. You seem to be a little bit of a timing issue there for Portland's back line and the oncoming runs. of Teixeira for Marathon. Zuprich opts to go long. Carlos Lopez holds his head after that. Great diving, quick reaction save by Clark. He's so steady right before, not moving, ready to make the reaction when he needs to, and then comes out sliding to make the second stop. But it was the lack of reaction really for the Timbers, which I think is more to talk about there. No one was even within 5 yards of either player for Marathon who were crashing the net. Bravo goes long, Espria keeps it in. Mora switches the point. Oh, what a takedown by Yimichara. Van Rankin tackled away. It's gonna be the 5th corner of the game for the Timbers. Tough tackle there as Van Rankin walks it off. The Mexico City native. Mentioned he played for Chivas. He was on loan to Santos Laguna last couple years, had a couple of goals with them, and you can see how quickly you can get in the attack. Valeri plays it short. I said short, I really meant low to the 12. So really good play as everyone's going to the back post, and Yimichara comes near and just can't get the connection. Ends up scuffing it a little bit. You can hear some of the communication from both coaches on the sideline. No fans in attendance due to restrictions in Honduras. The microphones are right there on the touchline in front of the 2 head coaches. 1-1, both goals coming in the first half. Nearly back-to-back. Good reaction from Marathon to equalize it. I'm Jordan Angeli. Thanks for joining us for this round of 16. First of the home and away series between Marathon and Portland. They'll go to Portland next week on Tuesday, April 13th, and play at Providence Park. Usually a place that is roaring, which probably similar to the Estadio Olimpico Metropolitano. When fans are there, it's a whole different atmosphere. It takes some of this travel away to these Central American countries. Takes some of the sting out of it for other teams, because Portland comes in having never won in Central America in CONCACAF Champions League. They lost to Olimpia in the 14-15 season, 3-1, and they lost to Saprissa in the 15-16 season, 4-2. So they're really eager to try to get their first win in Central America. Have an opportunity here to try to go ahead once again. It's Diego Valeri over the ball, the captain on the night. Valeri! Oh, you've got to be kidding me. From downtown, Diego Valeri banks it off the back of Torres, and it's 2-1 Portland. And this ball, so much bend and whip on it. I think it's hard to tell if Torres gets the initial touch there, but it goes off the, oh, he does get a touch. He touches it off of the crossbar, and it ends up banking off of his back. Oh, man. That is tough for Torres, but that is an outstanding free kick from Diego Valeri. That's a big celebration by Savarese because he knows that's 2 away goals now for Portland. And it is going to be an own goal in favor of, I guess you don't really want to say in favor, but Torres is going to get the own goal there. Just an absolutely ridiculous bend on that ball from Valeri. Williamson gets called for the foul there. Both players swinging a little errantly at that. Izaguirre straight into Clark's arms. Much better reaction there from Portland. The previous free kick, there was lone players from Marathon in the box. No one around them there. It was only Portland players. They're on the front foot here, going forward. Van Rankin banks it off of his defender, keeps on running with it. Yemi Chara. Chara finds Mora, hunts down the ball that he gave away. It's going to be cleared by Marathon. Williamson gets called for yet another foul. You have to maybe think the amount he's been called for. A caution might be in his near future. Calix gets the restart. Arriaga. Izaguirre pushes it wide. Solano wants the foul. He's been looking to draw fouls all night. He's not going to get it, and Portland just give it straight back to Marathon. Lopez finds Crisanto. Great sliding tackle. Zuparic just putting it over the end line for the corner kick for Marathon. Clark giving instructions to his squad, trying to inspire them. Izaguirre, far post. Arriaga has been hunting at the far post, just too much, really jumped too high for it. As he met the ball at the far post, he was up too high. Took all the power on it. Gonna see another substitution, the third of the match here for Marathon. Marlon Ramirez will come in.
Marlon Ramirez y sale el número 27.
Ramirez replaces Carlos Garcia. What a big challenge. Spria for the Timbers. Hard to see who it is for Marathon there. Just off the restart. He's immediately Cesar Ramos calls in both squads. Oh, and it's Kervin Arriaga. Both players going in opposite directions. Savarese there. Giving some instructions to his team. That is a difficult challenge to watch. So this is the own goal off the back of Torres from that Diego Valeri free kick. And that's just disbelief by the goalkeeper. He did everything he could in that moment. He really did. So medical staff take a look at both players, evaluate if they're all right to proceed. Esprilla's up on his feet, but right to his right, down on the ground, is Arriaga. And it's just seconds. He wins a header in the box, goes back for the goal kick and challenges the ball there. It's one of the most dangerous ones. You're just flicking away and the player behind you is coming full throttle forward. Opposition can really be difficult. We're back underway though. 66th minute. 2-1 between Portland and Marathon. We're in San Pedro Sula, the home of Marathon, who currently sit 5th in their group in Liga Nacional in the Honduran League. Arriaga's back on the field and gets a touch there. So Marathon is really looking to kickstart something different, get a result here that can help them not only in Champions League, but to get to a place, their domestic league, where they're a little bit more confident, finding some results. They have a challenge as they're down a goal to Portland, with a little over 20 left. Emilio Izaguirre. Valeri can't connect there. Good layoff by Calix. And now Arriaga has space in front of him. Runner to the near side, finds him. Good little stutter there. The shot, it goes in! They equalize yet again! It's the substitute, Marlon Ramirez, comes in and makes a statement. Big transition moment there for Marathon, and Kervin Arriaga really was the driving force behind it. Good touches. Ramirez keeps his space. His hesitation here beats one defender, and no one gets to him in time. There's so many players in front of Steve Clark, he can't see the ball until it's too late. I think Mabiala being the last one blocking his vision, but Marlon Ramirez just came in the game. Good substitution. So he makes a big difference, and that's Arriaga. Moments before he gets the assist, he's in a difficult challenge, a head-to-head challenge in the middle of the field, and that maybe some after effects of what happened just a few minutes ago as he gets shuttled off the field. No word on a substitution quite yet, so Marathon just equalizing in the 69th minute. Now are in a spot where they're playing down a man until a substitution's made or Arriaga comes back on. But of course, the health of the player always first and foremost. Here's the collision at half field. It's hard to watch. It's both players going at that ball in opposite directions pretty much as hard as you can. Okay, Solano and Calix as Valeri sends it to the far post. Headed away by Teixeira. Ooh, it took a weird bounce. Falls up for Diego Chara. Oh, a little brotherly combination on the far side. Doesn't quite work out. Good opportunity here, top of the box. Diego Valeri draws a foul. And Izaguirre is not happy with that. Is Christian Calix. Another substitute for Marathon, ended up committing the foul. And it's not the player you want over a free kick near the top of the box. Diego Valeri, so dangerous in these situations. 90 goals in Major League Soccer for Valeri. Over 100 assists. Lethal from this range.
Right there, right there. Right there, right there. Pájaro, que no pase ahí, pájaro. David. Pájaro, que no pase ahí. Vamos, Supa. David. Pájaro, salí, buen puta ahí. Ready, Eric. Salí, pájaro.
Valeri straight into the wall. It comes back to him. Goes for a second opportunity, and it's a good call there by Teixeira. Just lets it roll back to Torres. He's looking for a quick transition. It's a goal scorer, Ramirez, who is flying. But again, the pitch, a little watered down, a little uneven from all the rain that's been happening in San Pedro Sula. That ball just sticking to the ground when it landed. Claudio Bravo getting some instructions from his head coach, Gio Savarese. Arriaga's back on the field after getting carried off just a few moments ago. Back to 11 aside. Arriaga picks up the ball right away. He's very good on the dribble. He's got a tall frame, but he is silky smooth. Ramirez making a push. Duprich just pushes it over the end line. I love watching Arriaga dribble. It's one of those players who you wouldn't expect to be so fluid on the ball with his lanky build. So good at getting his body between the ball and the defender. He just dribbles with such ease. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger from Izaguirre. Portland ended up deciding to play it out. Chara is going to get there. Connects with Valeri. Actually, Valeri got it picked off. It's been a different Marathon team here in the last 15 minutes since the inclusion of, I would say, Marlon Ramirez came on. They looked a little bit more eager to get forward. Scored the equalizer. 2 times in this match, Portland has been up, and twice Marathon have come back within a few minutes and equalized. Felipe Mora just gets stomped on the back of his heel. Looked as if Portland was readying some substitutions. And it's going to be
Portland Timber. Sale el número 23. Gimchar ingresa.
Bonilla coming in for Claudio Bravo, making his debut with the club. Pretty good outing for him. Bonilla comes in for him, and then Jimmy Chara is going to come out. And Marvin Loria comes in for Jimmy Chara. Loria with the under 23s in that Concacaf Men's Olympic qualifiers for Costa Rica just a week and a half ago. That's going to be it for Brian Castillo as Marathon makes another substitute. That's their 4th sub. Big clearance there, not quite away. And there it is. I talked about it earlier. I felt like Williamson was close to seeing a caution, and he's gonna get one there. He just takes out Arriaga, and it looks like they both just kind of get tripped up there. I think he catches his heel. What happens? Palmero was the player for Marathon that ends up coming in for Castillo. Palmero has 4 goals on the season, so he comes in with some good strike power, trying to help Marathon find their first lead of the game. Mora finds Esprilla, but it flips off of his back foot. Zuprich. Chara. 78th minute. Goals just 4 minutes apart in the first half and 9 minutes apart in the second. It's been 2 good answers from Marathon. They've really come alive in the last 15. Esprilla looking for Van Rankin. So with Bonilla coming in, Van Rankin came to the left side, and it seems like Bonilla is going to play on the right. Valeri blocks that one. I'll see if Portland decides to press a little higher. Navialo wins it. Chara, the substitute. Loria. Williamson. Some good soccer by Portland. Valeri slips through. Mora. Mora just has it clipped away the last second, but it's a good interchange by Portland. Players changing the lines on the field. It's Valeri coming all the way back. Loria coming centrally, that make it confusing for Marathon. Marvin Loria switches it. Here's Van Rankin now on the left side, outside back. Arriaga clips it from him, has space. wants to put it in behind for the fresh substitute, Palermo. There's too much weight on it. A little over 10 left here at the Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano in Honduras. It's the first leg, the home leg for Meriton. They'll then go away to Portland next week on Tuesday. Bonilla getting his first touches of the game. Can't get that one across the face of goal. Here's the goal, just a stutter step. Marlon Ramirez recognizes that all the players are coming in fast, puts on the brakes, lets them fly by, pushes it to the far post past Steve Clark. It was the last goal we saw of the 4. Izaguirre. Now Ramirez. Corner kick for Meriton.
Right foot outswing. Hey, right foot outswing. Right foot.
You can hear Steve Clark saying right foot outswing because from this side, they've been playing left-footed in-swingers. So a little bit different shape defensively for Portland. And that goes to the top of the box, and that's why. Matthias Teixeira using all the momentum and the weight of the ball coming out towards him as the outswinger. It's a good opportunity on frame. Bonilla can't clear it. It's gonna be another opportunity. Crisanto gets it clipped out by Williamson. The benefit of having those mics close, you can hear everything that's happening. Far post flicked away, it was Loria, and that one goes up and over. Second opportunity, nowhere close. He sense a little more pressure here from Meriton. Bonilla gets the first header, and this was the good opportunity. Teixeira gets it saved. No, it wasn't. It was Arriaga again. Arriaga has such good flight. That's going to be it for Edwin Solano. Had the assist on the first goal. That's the 5th substitution for Meriton. Selvin Guevara comes in. His 2nd season with Meriton. Played 3.5 years at Real España in Honduras. So that's another clue that Kervin Arriaga must be good after that injury that we saw. Big collision at half field between him and Daron Esprilla, head-to-head. Arriaga has gone off. He's come back on. He assisted a goal. He went off again. With that last substitution, Meriton has no more left. Just Wilmer Crisanto is talking to the center official about what he thought was happening. Good flick here. Esprilla was offside. There's Mora. It's a good call. It's a tight line, but it's a good call there. Mora just ran himself offside. Palermo in between the two center backs, Zubric and Mabiala. Has 4 goals on the season. He's hunting for one here in Champions League. Palermo knows that the score 2-2, how important it would be to get a result here, a win. Knowing that Portland now has 2 away goals in their pocket. Going back to Portland next Tuesday at Providence Park. Valeri finds Chara. Diego's combined for. It's going to be a free kick here in favor of Portland as Chara just gets chopped down by Guevara. Torres doesn't like the looks of this. He probably should feel confident though. He did get a tip on Valeri's last goal. Unfortunately, the tip ended up ricocheting off the bar and off his back into the goal. But he got there. He can read the flight. But again, Diego Valeri, so dangerous from this distance. It's not just the first ball. It's the second. You have Williamson, Esprilla there, but it's Valeri from the spot into the wall. Bonilla keeps it alive. Can Loria get there? Tries to connect through a Meg, and it's going to be an eventual throw in for Portland. Bonilla, a little stop start. Earns a corner. Bonilla came in. Gonna occupy the right outside back there. Portland's gonna make another substitution. Their third of the match. Eric Williamson is gonna come out and Christian Paredes will come in. Paredes transferred from America last season. Started 9 games last year. 1 assist to his name. He comes in for Williamson, and that ball went out of bounds. Gonna be a goal kick for Meriton. Just too much bend on that from Valeri. He needed more of a bend on that for his free kick a few minutes ago. Torres has kept Meriton in this game, especially in the first half. He made a huge save on Eric Williamson, who just came out of the game. So Williamson juggled around a player inside Torres' 18, and he just made a quick reaction save to keep it out of the back of the net. Esprilla gets there, but Teixeira gets enough separation that he can push it away from immediate danger. Nearing the 90th minute of play. It's a hot one in Honduras today. You can tell that both of these teams digging in the reserves to see what they have left. Arriaga wants his team to get a victory here at home. He pushes the ball all the way to the opposite side. Calix. Portland back in numbers, defending. Paredes wins it, tries to spring Valeri, doesn't connect. Bonilla Long throw. Finds Mora. Mora's in behind. Slows up, brings in Valeri. Mora has options behind him that are free, and he can't find Asprilla, and a little frustration there from Asprilla, and you see why. He was wide open. The 90th minute could have been a big play for Portland. Arriaga chasing, trying to make something happen for his squad. We're gonna see 4 minutes of additional time in this second half. So injury really stopped play for a big chunk of that time. Asprilla gets it, the top of the box. Asprilla chips it up and over.
Damas y caballeros,
Asprilla probably was hoping that they kept showing the fourth official there with the stoppage time, because that shot went nowhere near the target.
cambio en el equipo, el Portland Timbers. Ingresa
Palermo, the Argentinian, on the far side, he just got in a collision. He's been trying to walk it off since then, and that's going to be it from Felipe Mora. He scored the first goal of the game for the Timbers. He's going to come out. Ismailia.
Ingresa el número 15.
Jome comes in, their new player from Gambia. Signed from,
El número 9, Felipe
has
Mora.
had a really good stint in USL, has been with a number of teams from Minnesota United to Nashville, had his best season to date with the Switchbacks in Colorado back in 2019. Just recently signed as Diego Valeri falls pretty awkwardly there. Halfway through stoppage time, Diego Chara starts it back. Jome in the box. Pulls up some turf with him on his first touches. Jome 6'1". A couple of goals last year with Austin Bold.
Ahí, aguántala, aguántala.
Connects here, Van Renken. Gloria can't get there. And it goes off Bonilla, and it's gonna be a throw in for Meriton. Portland came into Honduras hoping for their first win in Central America in Concacaf Champions League. Still have a little bit of time to do it, but they led the game twice. And both times, Meriton has done a good job of reacting and responding, getting back into the match. Paredes connects. Loria. Now Chara. Paredes. Gets it taken off of him by Palermo, who's limping once again. Jome goes straight at his defender.
Diego, Diego. Keep it here. Aquí, allá, allá. Espérate, espérate que venga Diego. Espérate que venga Diego. Diego, Diego. Vete, Ish. Aguántala ahí.
Valeri slips, hits off a hand. Ramos says it's accidental and we play on. But Zuprich fouls. Doesn't want Meriton to have a quick restart going the other way. And that's gonna be it from Honduras. The Portland Timbers came in seeking that first win in Central America. They end up leaving with 2 away goals, a 2-2 draw between the Portland Timbers and Meriton. It was a great outing for both squads, a lot to look forward to in the second match of this round of 16. It'll be Tuesday, April 13th in Portland, but it ends in San Pedro Sula like this, 2-2, Meriton and Portland Timbers. Have a good night, everybody.